Communities assured their issues are being taken seriously. The island's CAPE results show improvement, and the Tobago Youth Council has been reactivated.
Info
Update.
bringing you the latest news, views, and reviews.
Along with responses,
comments and events
affecting you.
Brought to you by the Information Division of the Tobago House of Assembly.
The public is assured that the THA will continue to respond to the needs of their communities. Caroline Wallace has this story.
2 more face-to-face community meetings remain for 2016, with the sessions scheduled for Keenan Bonacord next Tuesday and then 2 days later at Castara. Chief Secretary Orville London says the meetings help the Assembly and the public to exchange ideas and gain an appreciation for each other's perspectives on issues affecting Tobago's communities.
I want to give you the assurance that we will continue to listen and to respond. I want to give you the assurance that every issue raised will be treated with seriously. We will not be able to respond to each of them, all of them immediately, and some of them we might not be able to respond in this particular fiscal year. But the point about it, I think if you look at what has been delivered over the years, you would recognize that we have been responding, and I think responding quite well.
Mr. London, who will retire at the end of his current term, says he's proud of the progress in his electoral district.
And I can say, from a personal perspective, that I am proud that I was here, because I can leave confident that the London administration made a difference in Scarborough Accord Hall, and I make no apologies for that. There's no apologies for that.
The Chief Secretary says he's enjoyed his time as the area's representative and thanked the community for the opportunity to serve. I'm Caroline Wallace for Info Updates.
Tobago's CAPE students have shown improvement. Omadara Mills has more.
Since 2011, Tobago's CAPE results have shown an overall pass rate of over 90%. The Secretary of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, Huey Cadet, reports that both boys and girls continue to give strong performances, with an increase in the number of Grade 1 and Grade 2 passes. The Secretary is also praising one particular school for its performance.
I would want to, of course, give special commendation at this point in time to the Scarborough Secondary, whose pass rate has increased tremendously over the last 5 years, from 69.1% in 2011 to 94.2% in 2016.
Mr. Cadet congratulated the students who excelled, but he's also giving advice to those who weren't as successful.
I would want to remind them that can't let a result at this point in time be a definition of you and who you are, and there are always other opportunities to move on, whether to do with the subjects over to move on to other levels of education or other programs.
The Secretary says the division is waiting to receive the final results for the island's CSEC students, which will also be analyzed. I'm Omadara Mills for Info Update.
After 2 years of being dormant, the Tobago Youth Council is being reactivated with a new focus. The Council's Steering Committee Chairman, David Wade, says the organization provides key support for Tobago's youth.
Although the Tobago Youth Council is not political, we embrace all youth-oriented groups. So the benefit is that common issues can be advocated for in a national setting and in a Tobago setting.
Mr. Wade says central government and the Secretary of Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, Huey Cadet, have assisted in reviving the council.
Traditionally, the Tobago Youth Council has been entitled to a subvention from the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sport at the central government level. We would have met with the Director of Youth in Trinidad, Ms. Patricia Hines, and she has been also instrumental in assisting us to flesh out the application process for that subvention.
Anyone seeking further information can log on to its Facebook page. That's it from all of us at the Department of Information. I'm Davia Chambers, and you've been listening to Info Updates.